Otherwise, I can't change it.
It's like Pakka Tamilian, sir.
Sir, especially this time.
This one?
Waist.
No, I have a shirt also they gave, but I said no, contrast is good. At least one should be mine.
वो भी चेंज कर लेंगे सर बाद में.
बात में करते हैं. Then I look typically.
Sir, we need only yours.
Eh?
Whole part.
Whole is yours.
Yeah.
Okay. Go
Sir,
ahead.
sir, that will attract.
Now look, now take it. To get the next dhoti wala.
only dhoti
No,
wala.
no, take it the dhoti. Take it the dhoti. Take it the dhoti. Like that. Ah, no. Any question from yesterday's session? All clear or problem? Is the method you are understanding? Forget the rest, all is garbage. You know, the method has to be. There is a very famous guy called the one who wrote a book, Prophet, Khalil Gibran. It's a nice book. You should read this book called Prophet. Prophet. It's about he's meeting a Masiha, messenger, and asking question how teaching should be, how marriage should be. And in a few lines, the word answer comes up in this book. It's one of the best book in the. And there's another book by this guy called Mad Man. How the human is a 12-book series, but these two are excellent. That how inside you there should be a madman. Then only you can like our nonsense. But the Prophet is one of the leading. He's a Lebanese guy, born and brought up and based in America. Very good person. Okay.
His writings I have also read. It is mostly based on one Mirdad.
Mirdad for Indian setup. To understand a Mirdad is slightly, but this guy is simple. Means he writes like children, that the children have come through you, but they're not you. Yeah, marriage he writes a one like that eat together, yeah, in two different plates but not from each other. It's very nicely one word which is. Anyway, let's start. Question, please. If you want to learn unprejudiced observer, read J. Krishnamurti's first book called The Freedom from the Known. Rest all, I have his all, one of my patients, he was a deep follower. So he gave me all these books, 200, but some of, the first one is always it's called Freedom from Known. From the Known by J. Krishnamurti. And his last book is called The Last Lecture. In between he has around 200. But he's the one who logically does dialogue with you about how unconditioning should be. One of the guys who was born in Tamil Nadu and became a British history's leading philosopher. Juda. No, the one who was in the Pandit. No, that is Aurobindo. That is Aurobindo. That's different. J. Krishnamurti was born and brought up here. Then the Theosophical Society's lady, Anna Besant, she saw him, saw the potential and said that he will become the next guru for this philosophic society. She took him to the England, trained him, but by the time he was teenager, he decided this is not my path. And then he found another one that make people free from the bonding. No, by discussions. So he is like a spiritual guru but with a scientific background. So whenever I'm in UK,
Logical laid down.
UK they have a big society of him. And a lot of schools in Varanasi, there is a school based on it. Bangalore, in Bombay, near Bombay.
Rishi Valley is based on his.
Rishi Valley.
Singapore also there.
Yes. My daughter was supposed to go in that school after 7th standard. It's a good guy, good philosopher. Let's start. Question, please.
Sir, if we have some problem, can we take case take ourselves? If we have some problem, can we case take ourselves?
Very good question. That we as a homeopath have a problem. Can I take my own case and treat my own self? Logical answer should be yes. Right? But it's the last thing one can do in homeopathy. It is humanly impossible to be unprejudiced with my own self and be an unconditional with third witnesser and have a dialogue with myself, which only the gurus can do it, I'm sure some of them, but for us, difficult. I am completely into the science, word by word, system by system. Can I apply my own method on my own self? My logic will come in between. In fact, I am the worst person for my own method. I have to discard that method to understand myself. You understand? That unprejudiced. So that's why in homeopathy they most of the time says for your own self and those who are heart to heart connected to you, you rather tell someone to witness than you do. And the most difficult patient in the world to treat is homeopathy. And homeopathy and our own self. Tell me one homeopath who is healthy. You will not be able to find it, for sure. Not able to find it, including me. I have huge problems. So the best is give up. Like my friend, he's my Swiss friend and he's a very nice guy. Whenever I go to there to teach in French speaking part, we go take 1 day holiday. We walk whole day. Lunch break. So before lunch break, he talks and I listen. And audio is on here. Random talk, random walk. And then 4 hours I talk, random talk. In the end, if he has something, he tell me, this is your remedy, take it. And then I will tell him from his medicine kit, go inside the medicine pharmacy, take one, this is for you. Next year again. Because you never know what lies in depth of me. What I say is the final, next time something else comes up. More unconditional I become, something deeper comes up. So the best I have understood, that I am so hardcore, every year I will give unconditional 4 hours, see what comes up. Better and better will come up, or same will come. If same comes up, he's convinced. That's it.
Now, if you are able to unconditionally dwell for a longer time in your basal self, you can take it.
In case, that's why my answer was yes. But who is that guy who can witness himself unconditionally? Are you ready for that? Most of us are. You understand it?
Yes.
That's the difficulty. So best is where you think someone who is not a good homeopath, someone where you can be so unconditional where you will not think what you are speaking or what he is analyzing. It can be an ordinary person. Go and speak your heart out. That's it. Any other questions, please?
Sir, in organ transplant cases, giving homeopathic medicines reduce the dependency on immunosuppressor, or it will completely stop the giving immunosuppressors?
Very good question. It's a very good question. It depends. Depends on many conditions. Ideally, with holistic science entering into along with the immunosuppressive, the need for immunosuppressive will go down. Second, the end result of immunosuppressive, the side effect, what we call it, even the normal immune system, it will preserve if it is going with homeopathy. It only take care of problem, the third. So should go down, it should complement the immune system and it creates your own immune system. Now the question comes up with modern medicine doctor who is treating. If he's a book picture, guy, he will say, my book says never to stop. Yeah, and their book says this. You understand it? Not to stop it for 6 months, reduce it this way. They are machine. And they are right in way also, because body, somewhere they think it's a machine. And it works also. There are some organ transplant doctors who carry the heart of a holistic doctor. Very few. They will say, I see the change in this patient compared to all my other patients. He is more healthy, more comfort, his immune system is behaving well, no other parameters all showing well. In this case, I take the risk of reducing. And then he takes a risk. So the chances are 40% to 50% you can reduce. Yeah, out of 10 patients, 20 to 30% you can even stop. But you are medical, even you are not supposed to do it. If they do it, you can. That's how I put it.
It depends on the objective of why we want to take protein.
Your objective has to be clear, not that because I've given homeopathy. Your objective is the free mice in a similar dish. Only pain. Now you.
That's
No.
what I just. And I mean, if there is an
Even in homeopath who is treating, is he really unconditional? Or he is a fundamentalist homeopath who says, I have given homeopathy, now he has to improve. It can be disaster. You understand? Because how much sure you are of the remedy. You should be sure, humble enough to, that it is working, I will request. And many they follow it. They see the sign, they follow. Like anti-epileptic, no? They say we cannot stop it for whatever year. But when they see the changes, they do it with you. They want to take that risk. Good ones. Hard ones are, they said, your responsibility. Write down and give it to me. You can. So my short answer is you can. It does reduce. In many cases what I have seen, it doesn't.
So in homeopathy, can we stop completely the renal failure? Completely fail?
Depends. See, renal failure is a very broad term. It's a chronic renal disease. It's a broad term. Where they are coming to you at, they only see the sonography and say kidney has become small, creating this. It's a chronic renal disease. But in chronic renal disease also, how much is the glomerular filter rate, how much is this, how much is the system function? Based on that, definitely you can. So many cases who come to the end stage, on dialysis, urine stop completely. In those cases also, gradually, the urine becomes suddenly, after 2 years, no urine. Only dialysis is working. 5 ml start coming up, 10 ml coming up, 15 ml, goes to even 500 ml. The creatinine gradually from 11 to 8, sometimes fluctuates, goes. So, and the health stage you see the weight increase in terms of not the fluid, but in terms of healthy weight, to appetite, to work, everything. So it is possible. I am talking about the end result. And in end result also, if the kidney, somewhere something is left, it ignites again to
Is it
come.
ever possible that my patients, and they are very now...
When we say yes, that doesn't mean all. You understanding? That's where the problem. When we say yes, we are not fundamentalists. Some cases yes. Who will decide that kidneys, that person's? And many times we say, even the cell which is called not reach other. We work like my experience with neurology. Cases has come where the stroke has happened, paralysis has happened 5 years back, 6 years back, 20 years back. Problem is there since the tongue speech is gone, or whatever, the one side is gone, and then gradually that start coming up. Now, modern medicine doctor will say this is not possible because the stable cells are completely gone. We saw this result. Say, look, here it is, your patient. They say maybe our diagnosis is wrong, whatever. Parkinson, we have shown so much of result. Now when they say because Parkinson, it is because it's autoimmune also. That's why it is. Somewhere the cell starts functioning. They start regenerating like pancreas. It's okay. Whatever you call it, it happened. Like, you've seen that my cases of Parkinson, that for 12, 15 years of follow-ups, they're good.
But they are better with our medicines. This Parkinson's and all the chronic renal disease patients, they are better, far better
Hmm.
compared to allopathic
But-
disease. But I don't know whether it is completely reversible or
In your heart you put it, yes. In that patient, I don't know. But overall, in such cases, yes. You understand what I mean? Otherwise, you will get frustrated because if you see 10 and kidney failure cases, 7 not doing well, your frustration would be. But in one, you said it happened completely. It should happen in all 10. It depends. So the allopathic doctors also, when they say our success rate, they say ratio of this improved, ratio is this improved this improved this. But so they don't say that completely improved. Otherwise, their need for the transplant will not come up. So same way in some cases surprise us that completely stopped
yes, sir.
everything.
Yes, I agree.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So in my cases, like 4 or 5 cases where the dialysis completely stopped, end stage. I'm talking about not the acute renal failure or that way. They still surprise me. For 5 years or 15 years, life perfect happening where they were dependent on dialysis for 2, 3 years, 5 years. And some, they still come to me. Lifestyle has improved, urine has improved, but the dialysis, 1 is still going, 1 or 2 is still going. Right? So in such cases, what I do is, still I have a hope of a right remedy. So once the 1 year is over, they say I'm better. Allopathically, the allopathic doctor said this is best. But I said yes, this is best, but I still have a hope there can be a better. Can I reassess you? Because in your case, so much has happened, maybe a better one. Then they sit with me. In some, yes, some still going on the same. Have I answered? So your answer should be this. Otherwise, there was a one homeopath. He's my senior. Homeopathically, knowledge means you had a tip of the tongue synthesis repertory. Belonging to a very big family, rich man, and love for homeopathy. He was with Dr. Farooq Master, and we were all with him. He was almost right hand of Dr. Master. There was so much knowledge. I was looking up to them, I want to become like them one day. But he was so idealistic that homeopathy can cure everything. And of course, being with Dr. Master, when you see all those books and pathological cases, your heart says, Dr. Master also understands that it is relative, not all. The poor guy, he took on his head malaria. Every malaria case he has to go and has to improve. Will not happen. Falciparum, Vivex, and all those. And he tried his best. Passionate night, 2 o'clock, will talk to patient. Then another cases he took on his head is another did his best. It didn't happen, unfortunately, for him. He left away. One fine day he said, I'm not doing it. He's a now businessman. We lost a very jet. And whenever I meet him once in 5 years, 6 years, I said, your idealistic behavior is still there. He's still searching. In between he did another song course. That somewhere he'll find an answer, that idealistic. Will not happen. What we are doing is step by step. It should be upward movement with my knowledge, not make me fundamental, but better and better and better. And look for better will make you a good prescriber. Then, does it make sense?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Otherwise, it will kill you. Why it's not happening? And the more older you become, more deeper pathology will come to you. Now I'm hard to see a case comes to me where I'm come for recurrent cold and cough. And that definitely goes to my assistant. I said, no, I don't. And somebody says, oh, Parkinson plus syndrome, I will take it. Now they come up, it's because you have raised yourself to the next level. So those get attracted to you. I wish all improve. Like yesterday I was telling someone. Aim is to treat whole world. Yes, I carry that in my heart. Treat whole world. Give a one universal minimum in the sea and all improves. But one patient at a time. You understand it?
Yes.
One, then the next, then the next. Who knows what will happen?
Thank you, sir.
My last question. I have to do a lot of theory.
Sir, Yesterday, all your cases from minerals and plants. Today, we want animal remedies.
I am not good with animal. I hope they come. If they come, I'll show you.
Except the honey badger.
Huh?
Except the honey badger.
Achha, you saw the honey badger?
2 times I have seen.
And when I was writing Dr. Shankaran's book, An Insight into Plant, imagine a young guy working for the best master in the world and who has a passion of treating the whole world. Yeah, deadly combination. So that time when I used to write his plant book, 99% of my cases became plant. Because my eyes, my being, my cells started seeing only either I attracted the plant or I actually, with my vision of science, saw only. There's a two possibility. Now if you ask me, see, my clinic has a very research oriented clinic. So it's a software based, means every case is put inside with a systematic case taking wise. Every case then goes into, if you search pathology wise, case taking step wise, right brain wise, everything comes right in front of you. Pulsatilla, how many, this, how many, which pathology, this, which is at which stage of treatment, which is for my purpose, So around my 20,000 cases all there inside there. More than that you can't have with the classical, But it's fun. You will see my bias, that am I biased to plant or mineral or animal. It's easy to watch that. One day when you come, tell my receptionist to click something and show me. She'll show you. Even she's trained. Easy to do this. So nowadays I tell, lot of masters, I'm at this age where I can. I'm not a student anymore and it's 10 years, which is good wisdom age, old age, which is coming up. To discuss with masters that if you say pathology, right, let's say neurology, you bring your 10 cases to 50 cases, whatever you decide. But before, after video, pathology before, after if you have video, yeah? Huh? And discuss the level of cure happening. You understand anyone? I am convinced classical will win. Any school comes up, classical will win. Level, cure everyone has. You understand? The depth and lifestyle for next 5 years, you will win. So I tell now my masters and all, those so-called classical friends and all over the world, I'm ready with 50 cases to 500, number you decide. Yeah? People, place you decide. People you decide. We both sit on the platform, just present one by one. And let the world decide what is working. You understand? This is a good way to decide, where we are. Whether it's a one system working, one, pathology oriented working, you will know very well. Anyway, go with that.
Sir, how long is the distance for a treatment? So, sir, how long is the treatment for a chronic disease?
Long treatment for chronic disease.
Chronic disease.
A method. That's what I'm showing. Means you mean the long treatment is, if I understand it correct, the long-term follow-up criteria for chronic disease, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll talk in between. Yeah, sure. Like naturally, you don't go right from the first go. No? Out of 10 cases, your 4 to 5 will be wrong. So what you do in that? That's what you're asking? And even the follow-up where it is right, how you go? Both two questions are there.
Sir, in village people, we cannot explore more and more.
In village people,
We cannot explore them. What can we do?
naturally, in village people, you don't have to sit as a homeopath. Simply, yes, housewife ke saath, sorry, Hindi. Housewife, you become a housewife. You know how housewife is? How she talks the small talk between sister-in-law, mother-in-law, friend, the in-between time on the phone, become that. There lies the characteristic. I have developed 100 questions how to talk to this so-called village people. In fact, they are more pure.
Yes, sir.
They are not corrupted with the logic. They will give you symptom like, just you touch their heart, make them wrong. That in front of you, they don't have to only talk, repeat, get scared of you that you are a doctor. The moment you stop that, so with farmer become you have a lot to talk with farmer. But in between farmer will talk, that is not farming, not his culture, that's your characteristic.
Always start with the right brain only.
No.
Village people are.
They always start with the
Right brain.
right brain. What he means by right brain is the village people lives with their individuality. In preserve. Its only thing is you need to have a tactful art. Don't take a book to them. It's like a Christianity coming and taking to a village people. Yeah? They say, I have my God, that stone. I'm happy with it. They say, I can talk about the stone. There's a very beautiful story about a Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy, Russian, very famous Russian philosopher. And he was almost spiritual. So he writes a story that one priest in the church, the biggest in Russia, gets the news that somewhere in that village next to St. Petersburg, that's one of the spiritual city of Russia, just on an island, there are these three idiots. They say we know better than the priest. Prayer, no Sunday prayer. And they are saying something garbage. People have started believing in them. Yeah? So this guy says, okay, let's go there. So they travel 200 kilometers and then island comes. These three people are sitting, almost young, in 30s, around the tree. And once they see that, oh, the priest of the whole Russia is coming, they go and pray him, thank you for coming. So this guy goes and said, we heard that you have a special prayer. What is that? And you are fooling people. Say, no, we don't have any prayer. We just say this. What you say? Say this. We are three. You are three. The Holy Trinity. Yeah? You are three. The Spirit and we are three. You are three. Please accept our prayer. We are three. It's a simple prayer. And the guy goes and says, this is wrong. The right prayer is this. And he narrates the whole prayer. And the guy goes crazy. Said, please repeat again. So repeat again. Please repeat again 3 times. They memorize it. So he said, okay, nowadays onwards we will do this prayer. So priest is very happy that at least they learned that. And he goes with pride, on the boat. And the boat starts going. The boat goes to 5 kilometers away. And they turn around, they see these 3 idiots running on the water. Boss! And they jump on the boat. And they say, sorry, we forgot. What was that prayer saying? One more time. Naturally, the priest looks at the sea, 5 kilometers. They are running on the... And the priest was actually good. So priest says, forget my prayer. You don't need my prayer. You continue. We are three. You are three. Please accept. I will also do some time. You understand? They need that. They don't need. They are pure. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
They will give you symptom for sure.
Some advice to the cases that is not surgical in brain case, glioma and brainstem. Will summoning only help to control the growth and make the person to live longer?
What see in homeopathy, interesting thing, what is true for one part of the system is true for the every other part of the system. This is holographic theory, right? Since you understand science. Yeah? So whether it is glioma, pituitary adenoma or glioma, that's typical brain, fast growing or slow growing.
Non-surgical.
Non-surgical. Or non-surgical, slow growing, I mean, where surgery is not possible. Knife you cannot reach, okay. Or slow or fast. The rule is the same. The case taking rule is the same. I have 2 or 3 cases of this and pituitary adenoma many. Rule is the same. And one young girl with glioma did very well. One young boy with glioma, Nicolumsal, did very well. One girl with natrum nigricum with a similar did very well. So, and what I remember, rule is the same. Rule is the same. Nothing doesn't change.
So people is still alive?
They are alive. Of course, alive.
No, sir.
No, see, two are talking about not, fast growing glioma, problem. Then you have to take a call. Yeah, fast growing, sometime it can be deadly. Within a month, because it's in the space, it will erode little bit, the pressure effect is so huge that
How to
nothing can.
control the edema around the glioma?
The medicine, what you do, how to control. They do it with the edema drugs, we do it. If a constitutionally right, it's the same story, edema will reduce. So if edema is reduced, then this pressure effect, what is coming up, will reduce. Like what you do with the hematoma. You reduce it, no? Same, it's the same story. So you don't give anything specific. You can give specific, there are specifics for it. Like arsenic or this or that. It's the same constitution, what the rule we have applied.
In that case, there are two states to be
As we said in cancer cases, before the cancer starts one state and after that cancer we have to take the cancer totality and have to prescribe.
Yes, what Manjula is saying that as you pointed out yesterday, that let's do a case taking in two stages. One is present predominant picture, the change happening in that picture, change at report level to the holistic level, mind general test, and check what is coming up. If I don't have a time for exploring then give that medicine. If both are coming separate, the constitutional state and this, give first this one. This would be more faster working at the human level compared to. If both is coming at the same level, constitution, this is a deadly good combination. Don't worry about it. Give it.
why some fungus, I just do some areas, fungus.
I don't know. Keep going with your question.
Shall I ask you the questions?
Yes, you can.
So some funguses help us to increase the phagocytosis and autophagy in brain cases. What's your opinion on that?
Say again.
Fungus. I try to do some reference work. I just come with lot of fungus remedies to increases the autophagy in brain. So will fungus will only do some autophagy effect in brain case like the glioma?
It's the autophagy in fungus, it's a scientific language of some researcher, which is true, not wrong. But will all fungus will do this? Question mark. Second, will this work in our patient who is individual, require individualism? Question mark. Where the whole and this is matching.
Then it will.
You understand it?
Yes.
So if a whole and this is also come together, wow, give that fungus. You understand what I mean? There is a book of a Bulgarian called Fungus. There are hundreds of fungus there. It's this thick book. If you don't have its costly book, camera close it. You can take it from me and you know what to do it and give me back. I can tell you, only one cheating I did. So if you can get hold of, put it. Huh? Mac it is there. It's there in the Mac. It's there in the full version of Mac, it is there. So no issue. It is called fungus. 800 or something like that fungus remedies. Your heart will be satisfied with the research for next 1 year. There is another book by him called I'll keep you occupied for 2 years. Monera.
Monera, yes.
So it will occupy you for 2 years. Huh? Now no question. It will occupy you. Research people need this occupation. I have both. I've got a gift from him, but I've never opened it. It's a good book. Okay, let's start with coma. We go later. First, we finish psychiatry. Yeah,
Yes,
is that
sir.
a good idea?
Yes.
Let's start with some stories first. Too much scientific language is not good. Some stories. Generally, whenever I go to Europe and many places, I like to visit places where the famous people were. Famous scientific people, like all the place where Jung was living, Freud was living, and many other places. So I love going Hennepin and all. It's my idea is to visit, feel the energy, learn from it. Local teaches you a lot. So when I am in Vienna, which is Austria, I was teaching for their school, which is 70-year-old now. So I was doing their 70-year of celebration. I was one of the lecturers. When they had 4 lectures a year for the celebrating whole year, one of was my seminar. So I reached Vienna 2 days early, and I went to the house where Freud stayed. Now last year they converted into a museum, where the Freud stayed with his daughter Anna, who was a child psychologist. So it's an interesting story happened. When I reached there's a cafe up there called Freud Cafe, just next to the house. Of course, it's selling. I had my coffee there and went to the house. But only because still my organizer was busy in the practice and all. Interesting thing was the house was full of people. Full means full. I was shocked that Freud is still popular, the first psychologist, still popular and this much. But anyway, some people some looked to me Asian origin, some Americans, I was talking to them. They said, we are here because there's a whole international psychology conference is happening in Vienna this year. So we are 400 or 500 of us or 800 of us have come together here. Then I was happy that the pages. So then I told them that I am also here for my teaching. Some of them I made friendship, 20 of them. I said, can we meet in the evening? Your conference is right in the center. I'll take a tramp and come there. Evening we take dinner together and discuss. And it was interesting discussion every day. They spoke about psychology. From Freudian psychology to Jungian, I've read a lot, but still, Freudian, Jungian, to you name it, Erickson and Bisphal, all of them. Most of them said, even the Carl Rosary was a human-centric. Their words were such that it is homeopathy. So I told them that look what we do in homeopathy. Our interview technique, what you call is client-centric, it's for us it is patient-centric. The step you follow, you name this, but we name this way. They said exactly this is what we do. And we came to a conclusion also very beautifully that what you try to do in 20 sessions, we try to do it in 1 session. With same steps. Forget, you give therapy, we give remedy. That's the difference. And so they also and I visited, it's become a museum. So I was just trying to go through all his books and what is happening, God is dead. Even Hitler followed him. But not because Hitler followed his bad, he was a very good philosopher. You know the book called this famous book. You have read the book called Siddhartha? Siddhartha. It's a small book, very good book, you should read it. Like Prophet, it's called Siddhartha, written by Hermann Hesse, a German philosopher who got Nobel Prize for this book. It is so good book, it is like Buddha, but what happens when this boatman meets Buddha and his whole life in a search for highest and what he goes through. Imagine for this book, if he's got Nobel Prize, there must be something. Very interesting book. It's there in all your bookstores. Very famous. So they suggest me a book called When the Needs Say Wept. It's also a movie called When the Nietzsche Wept. It is a novel written by a very famous modern psychologist called Irving Yalom. He's very good. His one book I'll suggest you for your collection here. It's almost homeopathy. Forgetting the name right now. He's a modern psychologist, Irving Yalom. So this book is about, this Nietzsche meeting one physical doctor called Joseph. Very interesting. Nietzsche is a philosopher and Joseph is a physical doctor. I mean the left brain and right brain. Yeah. Interesting thing that Nietzsche going through headache, a physical problem, in a psychologist, and Joseph is going through a psychological problem with one of his patients, which is a huge problem, and a physical doctor. Are you understanding it? Two opposite. Now what happens when they meet? That's this whole thing is about. So Nietzsche requires a help for his headache. Someone suggested Joseph because he's physical doctor, also a student of Freud. So he knows the talking cure, the Freud method, talking cure. Everything. And also a physical modern doctor. So while treating Nietzsche, he realized his psychological problem can be treated by Nietzsche. And when they both talk, he starts improving this in headache and he starts improving his psychological problem. Very interesting, you understand it? And I'll make the story short. This is what it's about. When two opposite meet, mind meets the body, body meets the mind, and the physical problem meets the deadly combination. Making sense? So that's why I wrote somewhere, in one of my articles somewhere, that in a consulting room we should be four people. Generally there are two people in the consulting room, no? Patient and a doctor. Means what? It is a said rule. Healthy doctor and disease patient. This is allopathy. Means you consider you as a healthy and him as a patient. Finish. You need four people. Healthy patient. Patient has a healthy part, something very beautiful. And the disease part. And here when you are sitting, your healthy part, acknowledge all four simultaneously. If you acknowledge, he'll give his healthy to you, you'll give your healthy to him. You understand it? Yes. It'll be a perfect meeting. Otherwise it will be allopathic meeting. Yes. He needed something, you gave him, you didn't do anything. In my clinic, this is what happened. Every patient comes. One patient came and gave me Osho's book in my early practice. One of the famous books, the book Osho loved. My job was done. My journey started. And that patient died after a month. He had a bad cirrhosis. And of course he was on the deathbed. But he gave me a book. The next patient came, gave me a last talk of Krishnamurti, the last book of which he attended the seminar. And afterwards the Krishnamurti died. I got it, interest happened. You understand what I mean? Communication. Somebody came and taught me art, somebody sculpting, somebody this. This has to happen and you grow together. Your consulting room is all about that and not finding a remedy. How much you find a remedy? Are you sure of yourself what you are giving? But this conversation, understood? So always acknowledge both. If you have some weakness, it comes up in between, accept it. If you are sleepy, accept it. Don't try. You know something, if some emotion touches you, don't worry about it. I also have similar thing. Don't worry. Just feel free. So then they feel good too. So rule is in consulting with 4 people. Yeah. Then I'll send you this article if I have somewhere. So what I learned from this kind of thing is Nietzsche's story and this, that when two come together, mind and body, yeah, they actually create that field for opening up. Well, if you create that space, they'll open up well. If you have a time, watch this movie. Otherwise, this book you can read. Now let's go to the physical. So last is a physical doctor with a mental disease and a philosopher with a physical disease. When they come together, a holistic field created. A philosopher with physical illness needed an approach that understands physical illness, but in a holistic field. Yeah, a physical doctor with a mental illness needed a holistic field of a whole approach with Nietzsche provided. Yeah, and it became a win-win for both of them. Okay, now psychiatric body. And now we need to discuss something. What you do in psychiatric body? What you do? In psychiatric patient, what you do? First observe the patient. Okay. This we will do it in any case. Small child to the old man with any pathology. Yes. Repeated that we will do it in any case, in any patient. Natural. So it's not specific to psychiatric. What you do in psychiatric patient?
What is common in diagnosis we have to omit it?
Diagnosis, he said we have to omit. But the interesting thing is, listen carefully. Psychiatric patient means mental. That means they are directly coming at the mental delusion level, which is good, no?
Very good.
Very good, right? And Dr. Mahesh Gandhi has taught us, right? Camera is on? I don't like it. I didn't say.
Sir, we will edit.
Huh?
We will edit it.
You will edit it? So, including our master, my teacher to start with, said that in psychiatric cases they already living at mental, emotional level, delusion level. So it's a very good that according to Dr. Shankaran's level of experience, they are at delusion level. It is directly easy to take them to so-called Dr. Shankaran sensation level, or we classical homeopath will call it holistic level. Characteristic at holistic level, easy to get in a psychiatric patient. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Manjula said, Manjula. She said, no, she doesn't like it. Throw her out of Manita. How can she goes against this? Eh? We both Lungi people can take a decision. If I do this with Dr. Shankaran, he will kill. Once I was doing acting of Dr. Shankaran in Bombay seminar, in the stage. What he used to do in young, he came to right in the seminar. He and Jaysha were sitting there, and I was doing his acting. I don't know from where I got the guts. And then he took the mic. Dinesh, I never do this kind what all you are doing. So the Jayesh, just in a joke, said, Dinesh, you are doing it right. Keep doing it. He does this. In his young age, he did all these things. I got more energy. Then in the lunch, when we used to have lunch, that small green room, that's it. In the meeting, I'll see you. You present your cases. It's a joke, just a joke. Now look, Manjula doesn't agree with most of you. Second question, she doesn't agree, you all agree, right? We'll keep her aside. Second question in the psychiatric cases. That in psychiatric cases, most of the cases has become one-sided. No? That's why it is put under the aphorism number 211 to 230. Yeah? Which is one-sided mental. Yeah? So if it is one-sided, almost local, how I am going to do a holistic, multi-dimensional case taking? They are stuck at a one-dimensional. Is it making sense? My second problem. Do you have any other problem in these cases?
Yes, sir. From steroid remedies, we cannot see real mental symptoms. That is all.
Steroid remedy.
Under medications.
Under medication.
Those people who are. So third problem he is saying that when people are under the psychiatric treatment, they have been kind of suppressed the state. So to get the original unmodified picture, it is difficult in such cases, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, possibly. Another problem.
In schizophrenic cases.
Now the fourth is saying that if we can divide the cases, there are some cases are schizophrenic, who have completely lost the touch with reality. Yeah, completely lost the touch with reality. Now problem, they are one-sided, mental, and lost the touch. How will I going to get characteristic? Interesting. Have you thought like this, huh?
And also, sir.
And do Dr. Mahesh Gandhi is right that psychiatric patients are directly at the delusion level? I don't like him, so I will say something better or different. Let's see.
And nowadays we see a lot of cognitive decline in 65 plus, and they do come with some kind of anxiety disorder or depressive symptoms. But the cognitive decline part and this depressive part, how to handle that? That is something.
See again, I missed it something. Sorry.
We do see this cognitive decline, dementia related, early dementia we are seeing. With dementia, the psychiatric illness is coming in.
So, as what we call it, secondary psychiatric disease, like people with a degenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson plus syndrome, they develop secondary psychiatric diseases. How do we do about it? Making sense? Another problem. Okay, what else you think? This is coffee. Whiskey. When whiskey goes in, I talk well. No, it looks like a wine. Sorry, wine. Do you drink in seminar? I drink.
Wine or whiskey, sir?
My delusion, it is wine.
Sir, I also have a question, sir.
Please continue. Your question would be good.
And the point is, at this age of cell phone, etc., the media, etc., all persons are living in a delusional state only. Basically, many persons are living in delusion. For example, if you consider small children, etc., they see some comic or the Chota Beam, etc., they live as a character in that. They become a character of that particular comic. and then they act in that way. Therefore, they go to a delusional state which is far from the reality. The same thing is there in Japan also. So many persons are fixed to the cell phone, and they have both dementia as well as this sort of problem wherein they are more influenced by the media or cell phone, etc. Therefore, this becomes a psychiatric problem, overall psychiatric problem. And in many cases also, many persons see such things, sexual acts, etc. They see that and they live in a delusion. They are living in a delusional state wherein they may not be explaining or telling those things explicitly when they are coming as a patient. But how you are able to correct it?
So that's a good question. If we put it simply for all of us, yeah? The question is that the external stimulus nowadays with the social media to Japan, who created novels and the comics and the comical series and this kind. Japan was the first one who created all this. Yeah, that it is having an external thing is having an influence on them. An external thing is so strong. Now with Insta and Facebook, I know most of us are controlled by it. Yeah. Our buying is based on that. Our thinking is based on that. So this is called external causing an impression on me. So naturally also, if we divide disease into two parts, so there are two kinds of diseases we get. One, where our natural being is getting disturbed, sick. Pattern is disturbed, and the external is causing an impression on me. So where the external is causing an impression on me, yeah, like viral, like an external threat or external calamity or external modern situation, gadgets and all external, yeah, or allopathy, what we call iatrogenic diseases. They all create an impression on me. Or the proliferative kind of chronic disease, AIDS, virus, cancer, where the cells are growing. You understanding all this thing? Virus to external impact to sexual abuse, anything external, including social media, will cause its impression on you. Stronger the impression, stronger it will speak. Like in cancer cases, you have your natural state, but the inside you something stronger growing at a faster atomic bomb rate. So that itself creates its own state on you, and it doesn't follow your pathology. It doesn't follow your command. It has its own. So that means there is another state. You understand it? The Insta world does not follow your command. Yeah? It will still influence you, whatever you do. They are so good at it. Even if you don't want to see it, you buy it, see. So external causing an impression you, that means you have two states now. Constitutional and external. Some masters call it second state, second simile, like Harry Vanderzie and all of them. There used to be a homeopath called Peter, not Peter Tuvina, Peter, sorry. He called this concept second simile. So in this case you have two states. Like yesterday we understood in deep pathology, especially cancer, two states. Acute, two states, external causing an impression on you. So it depends on present state and constitution state. So it depends on whether present state is strong, treat the present state. Chronic state is strong. If both are same, very good. Only that remedy will work in both. Am I clear here? So you are right that psychological illness can also be by the influence of the, and now it is more, even in your own room, consulting room, you have a computer, you have Apple mobile, you have iPad, you have a music system, you have all vibration all around you. Huge, no? Possible. We will talk about that. Yeah? This I call it second state. It comes up in acute, it comes up in pregnancy history because the child is expressing. It comes in external state, cancer, allopathy, anything external causing, and if it is strong, it will affect you. Temporarily it runs in your state. So now, with all this thing, we are going back, yeah? Okay, I take back, it's okay. There is here. That, yes, thank you. That. Now the question what we discussed is this. How do we reach to an ideal holistic level in a psychiatric patient where the patient's symptoms are mostly expressed through the mind or a one-sided diseases? That's the question. Can a local delusion be considered as holistic, or are they common pathological delusion? Now most of you said that they are directly at the delusion level, right? But how will you differentiate that this delusion is of a disease or of a state? They have a psychiatric disease, so their symptom would be what? Mental. So are they mental symptom of a second level, fact level, or are they delusion level? Have you ever thought like this? Most of the time they are second level, the fact level. Are you understanding it? In a schizophrenia, 10 delusion they have. 9 would be fact level, disease level. Are you with me? Yeah, that's what Manjula was trying to say. That I don't agree. Is it making sense? First of the basic mistake we made, including all my masters, that psychiatric patient directly at the... No, it depends. We will divide a psychiatric disease into 2 levels. Neurosis and psychosis. Neurosis means they are still in touch with reality. And psychosis are the ones who are not in touch with reality. Is it? So, proven otherwise, psychiatric illnesses symptoms, they are at a fact level. They are disease delusion. Like, in a pleurisy you have a stitching pain. It's a symptom. Are you with me? They are actually at the fact level. Now the problem, how will we do even further? At least it was good, no? Directly they are giving you delusion. You give the remedy. That's maybe one of the reasons why it didn't work so well for us in psychiatric cases, no? Because what we consider delusion, that's a common symptom. Someone chasing me, somebody behind me, someone comes in telling me to do this. Maybe the symptom of schizophrenia. And you took them in the repertory. Not characteristic. Very important. So this is what I do. First ask myself all this question. So is the patient is at the delusion level of experience, or is he merely stating the fact of the disease at the mind level? Now, let's start. 2 types of psychiatric illnesses possible. Neurosis, where they are in touch with reality. Psychosis, where they have lost the touch with reality. So you can broadly, I am not teaching you psychiatry, but broadly, just for our purpose. Those who are in touch with reality, you have a chance of getting holistic totality. You understanding it? But those who have lost the touch, we have to do some hard work. Now, if this is the time, Hahnemannian wise, the psychiatric illness broadly can be classified into 4 types. Psychosomatic means mind leads to physical illness, that is your all illness. Or somatopsychic means the body disturbance finally lead to psychology. Or you have one-sided, acute psychosis. No. Acute psychiatric disease, acute neurosis, acute depression, or acute schizophrenia. And you have something called pure emotional, which Hahnemann mentioned in the last aphorism of 230, 228, 229 or 30, somewhere there. Pure emotional means disease and not depression, yeah? Sad, the anxiety, something like which is sadness, deep sadness. Now each one will have its own way of looking at it. Let's now understand the case taking, which are major parts, somatopsychic or psychosomatic, the major part. Then we'll go to acute later on, yeah? Now this can be one-sided or this. Now here what are the few points which you have to follow. So my case taking module remains the same. 3 steps. Yeah? My first step, passive. Give them an open space. Guide them into, try to guide them different stage, different situation, personal, professional and subconscious. This is normal case taking, multidimensional checking. But with focus on the next 4 areas. Yeah? What are these 4 areas? I'll put it here. Like this. Yeah? That present predominant state. Explore the present state because that's where the change is happening. Like we did yesterday with the case. Location, sensation, modality, concomitant. Present, complete change. That's psychiatric. Since the psychiatric illness, this is where 90% they will give you mental symptom. Yeah? This is, and in fact, even if don't you tell them, they will talk about this because that's where they are stuck. No? Next is a story or a state before the illness. Next, the past and present physical symptom. Because most of the master has said, no, in psychiatric illness, the physical is more important than the mental. Because the mental can be illness symptom, no? So differentiate what is characteristic. Go to physical more. Are you with me? Right. The next, of course, in this they are not in touch with reality, no? Especially psychosis. So the caretaker, nurse, ward boy, parents, relatives, they give you picture during this what is characteristic and before who this person was. Especially parents will give you a good information. And in this patient we make something called psychiatric diaries. Based on, because even if they are psychiatric patient, they in between some normal state comes up. Many of them are very good. The intellectual artist or this, so the in between the state comes up. The last I will teach you that how you make that disease itself a gift and keep them in a diseased way. Those who have developed schizophrenia, how to help them because it's a long term. No, yeah. I'll give you with example of some Japanese artists and famous ones. How all of them who had schizophrenia. We'll talk about it. Yes. So, in a rough, these are the 4 steps what we do. That explore the present predominant state and that state, that which is changed since the disease. Yeah. And along with focusing on mental symptom, check which physical symptom comes with it. 1. Second, which physical symptom gets aggravated with it. That's important because if physical symptom is aggravated with the mental, this must be holistic. Making sense? Third, which journals get aggravated. Right now, write it down, I'll show you with cases, you will understand. Then, the original unmodified picture, past and present, which is, I told you, an observation by relatives. The cardinal rules I follow is this picture you take a photograph. Yeah, good. psychiatric patient, it is essential to take those symptoms where the mind and body is connected. What I mean by this, imagine patient gave you, all of them will give you delusion. Yeah? 10 delusion they gave, 8 delusion is just delusion. But the 2 delusion came with some physical connection. Which one would be more important? Mark this, which I'll show you with the cases. Yeah? Important. Otherwise you will get lost in the delusion and start searching in the repertoire. And your delusion section is huge of those. The next point, the general physical particulars connected with that particular delusion is more important than the separate delusion. Are you understanding what I mean by this? Patient gave 10 delusion, and with one delusion, the perspiration got aggravated, or every time perspiration get aggravated with that delusion. So those 9 are important, or this one is important? I'll give you another example. With one delusion, every time he gets headache. With one delusion, every time he gets the desire to go to loo. That would be more important. You understand again? Others are he just mentioning there must be disease. Making sense? See, we never paid attention to all these things. Just take them. Then check which mental symptoms, especially delusions, comes with aggravation of physical complaint, which I just told you. Aggravation of generals, maybe thirst gets aggravated, maybe perspiration, maybe the coldness of body gets aggravated, or aggravation of the physical particulars. Then of course we talked about the physical illness. And especially that physical illness which is connected with the mental delusion state. Yeah, mental illness. And then bodily experience is more important than the physical experience, mental experience. What I mean by this? Person says, I have a delusion that I feel restricted. And another person says that I feel as if restricted and it is experienced in that my muscles are restricted completely. Which one would be more important? The second one. You understand? Because he is giving the delusion at the body level, which must be the more, not the disease book picture, but his own body picture. Are you with me? Part and the whole. Yeah, the body language coming up with one particular delusion is more important than a delusion coming up without any body language. A person says, I'm locked, I'm this, and then when he says, I feel suffocated. The suffocated is more important than the 10 delusions. Making sense? It is holistic or not, that we will see later. Where mind and body, general and particular, come together. And those delusion which connects with a dream, means this person will have some dreams, right? The delusion he tells you 50, you don't know this is a disease or characteristic. But out of those 2 delusion, even represented his dream, even his general fear, will be more important. Isn't they are holistic?
Yes.
Yeah? In interest and hobbies they are connected, then those are more important. Maybe from present or past. Past is more important than the present, because present is become psychiatric patient. So past is he was still pure. Am I clear? Any question about this point? Does it make sense completely? Very. With this, now let's go to a very old case first. Yeah? Around 20 years back. And then go by one till the modern cases to see the difference. So this is a case I took around 2000, around 20 years back, 20 something. It's a case where patient is having multiple personality syndrome, where the person has 3 personalities. Yeah? I treated one homeopath, it was shocked. The case lasted 12 hours. She had 42 personalities and a homeopath from Australia. At one time, the one personality get activated. The time? 11. We have time. You know multiple personality syndrome, no? So you know we are talking about psychiatric module now, huh? Oh, I put up the wrong thing. Okay, I didn't enter the case. Wait a minute, I'm going to the further PowerPoint. I said, where is the case gone? And mostly this personality, even in his teenage and earlier, he remembered where they. You will see. So I took his case a year, 6 months before my right interview, where I failed. First interview I failed. And only problem is because that time I was I'm talking about in 2006 or 5, right in the beginning of developing my case taking module. That time the case taking module was mostly one area centric. You understand me? A little bit going into childhood and this and that. Idea was to get holistic, but I didn't differentiate that holistic coming in one area or multiple areas. So here, because the disease was psychiatric, my master had told that they are already at the delusion level, easy to do the case. And it worked because he was at the delusion level and he only talked his delusion for 2 hours. But I didn't differentiate case taking into the earlier stage, physical stage, where the mind body coming together, the bodily experience, nothing. I took delusion as delusion and wow, 20 times it came. Is you understanding the mistake? So this is what in a nutshell in 2-3 hours of this is what came up in first interview. Nervous, scared of not doing anything, not able to pay attention to anything. I feel something is poking me from inside. He said something is poking, which is a physical expression. But that time I didn't pay attention to it. Not at all. I paid to this. I feel I am divided into 3. One is telling me yes, other telling me no, and the other is there stopping me. Always 2 opinion and third is me. I don't know what I like. I don't know who I am. With this place, I am always confused between, and that confusion became the center all the time. Am I this or am I this or am I? If I do this, then this says do this, like all the time. All these personality are contradictory to each other and make me responsible to, and they blame me. Each personality blame me because the other 2 says you. So the 2 things were constantly running. Confusion between personality, which were fixed personalities, and the blaming game. That guilt and the blame. So that was very easy for me that all these personality are contradictory to each other and make me responsible and blame myself. One tells me this is right, other tells me do this, other tells me this is wrong and you have committed a crime. It's almost like Khalil Gibran, who said one quote that I discovered the highest truth. I discovered the highest truth. Khalil says, I discovered the highest truth. Means that highest. Bell rang. Door opened. There was an angel and a devil. Angels said it is the greatest virtue and the greatest gift. And the devil said it's the greatest crime. And the quote stops. What he's trying to say is everything, even if it is highest truth, there are two opinions. Half will say greatest great gift and half will say it's crime, and it will go on. Anyway, so here it is confusion of identity and crime. Alumina Brome was, and first time I'm giving alumina Brome, I said it has to. Three personalities there, confusion is there, what else you need? Crime committed of bromium is there, wrong thing done, bromium, everything is there. Nothing happened for 6 months. Nothing happened. In all potency, all reputation, every time I talk, three personality, confusion and I get more sure every time. Nothing happens. Nothing new comes up. See? I keep convincing my students, it's right remedy, maybe we need to go till my modern case taking came into existence. Now I'm doing a video recording of you. Now listen to it. Now pay attention to these 5 points. Where the physical body is connecting, where the physical expression is coming, where the physical, gestures are coming. Are you with me? All these things with which what is coming up, yeah? Now watch properly. And this is I'm talking about 20 years back. Huh? My recent cases I'll show you soon, but yeah, it's a very old case, yeah. In Russia especially, they are Orthodox, no? So when I was starting my seminar first time in 2012, good, Russians were there. I was excited in Moscow, I'm teaching this next to Red Square. I was prepared, and then my old lady, she's my organizer, and the head of the school comes. She comes to me, close to me, and with a translator. We have heard that you tell a lot of jokes. Because I'm popular because of Europe, they know what I do. I said, yes, I prepared jokes. They said, we've heard that your jokes are centered around spirituality and Christianity. I said, no, little bit. Said, we are all practicing Christians, Orthodox. We will go to Sunday and prayer and all, no jokes. Okay? Then start your seminar. We are all hardcore practitioners. For first 15 minutes I didn't know what to do. Because without joke I cannot start. Then one of my friends, she reminded me, use Tolstoy, the story 3. This worked well there. Oh God. So sometime, and some European countries, they will say, where is your black book? Start with the joke. I'm known in the West with my black book. Because I carry that black book of jokes. So, why I was saying that? Yeah, let's start. Yes. I find myself as a question mark. Again, similar, alumina kind of story. Keep listening. Part of it. I am something different.
I'm not, and this is with everybody. I feel that I'm totally different in terms of whether you call it my nature, my attitude, and even though I try to compromise, it's not that I'm a person who's like very much down to earth. I'm not a hot-tempered person. People very rarely find me getting overboard. But then, what happens is, I fail to discover myself. Like today, if I go for an interview, anywhere for that matter, and people tell me, tell me something about yourself. I'm like very confused. But then what happens is once I come home, this particular thing pokes me from outside.
Both. Huh? So what he says,
As a result of
Particular thing
Pokes me, whatever it is.
see, he was talking, yeah? So all whatever happening, this particular thing pokes me from inside. You remember in the first interview? The disease pokes something inside. Again comes up, pokes me from inside. Are you there? No logic. 3 personality is logic, you know disease. Confusion is logic between 3 personality. You understand it? I make note of it. Let's go further. Wait a minute, I'm searching for my phone. You make me wear this dhoti and I forget everything.
Dhoti has confused you.
My brother was calling me, so okay. You can stop at this? No. Huh? That's it. Yeah.
Because the point is, I get divided into 3. The first part is the one, like for example, I'm going on a road. First part tells me, go to the right. The second part takes me to the left. And third is my own self-decision making power. My own identity, what I am, where I want. I feel as if someone slaps.
3 personality is okay, and then suddenly he comes where? As if somebody is no connection. No connection to multiple personality syndrome, and make note of it. Poking no connection, this no connection. These are scattered. Later on. Are you with me now? What's happening?
Yes, sir.
You'll see this 3 personality will also connect to this soon. You just give him a space. Just keep checking.
And literally feel as if someone is beating, someone is slapping me, if I did something wrong. Technically, already I am 3.
Beating means slapping, yeah? And he goes on this 3, I'm cutting this 3. Now I know 3 is disease. You understand it? Right? So again he comes back to 3 and see what he does with this 3.
1, 2, right, left. Third is my own opinion. Ultimately, it's like 1 sentence. If I'm saying 1 sentence to the opposite person, I'm being poked by 2 persons within me.
You understand English? It's like 3 personalities. I say 1 sentence, the other 2 personality with the finger like this, poking me inside. Making sense? I said, The poking in first interview, separate, and now connecting with hand gestures and the illness. You understand it? Now I know this is important in this psychiatric disease. Are you with me? This is what I was talking about. Yes? Now he says this, and after certain time, he gets completely quiet. A man who's talking for 40 minutes, he suddenly goes into catalepsy stop. He just stops like this. His fingers are on the table or sometime on the stomach like this, and he's just thinking for 52 minutes. 52 minutes sudden pause which is not required. Neither I told him. And a psychiatric patient who was talking too much. Like, what is this happening? But once he comes out of it, interesting thing will happen. Look, yeah? Says watch, he goes in, I'm cutting those 52 minutes, of course you will get bored otherwise. See, you will see the video timing goes very fast. You see, from 29 to 111. This was the pause. Complete pause. And he's into this space. In between his hand goes that poking thing like this, yeah? That's it. This is the observation which I'm making right now. And now he comes out of that space. Was still going on. It went on for 2 hours. So actually that means for 1 hour and 20 minutes.
What are you doing that time?
Me? Me? I was dancing. I was just sitting there and saying, don't record, huh? Loki dance. You laughed. My mission accomplished. Oh God. What can I do there? Earlier when I was young, I used to get irritated and scratch the chair. My lot of chair got spoiled because of the outside I used to look calm. Because Dr. Shankaran's student, right? Outside. But inside, lot of chairs are spoiled. Now I'm calmed down with the wisdom age, old age, but earlier. What can I do, eh? But now if I want to put it philosophically, I'll put it this way. That my eyes are saying that don't worry, I'm with you. My being is saying I'm okay with it. But if it is not required, I'll cut you. But if it is required, I'll be with you. Because in the end, something deeper has to come up. And it will come up if it is the right cause. You understand? If you are wasting time, I will be see through your eyes, through your hands, you are just doing this. I will cut you and take you deep. But if you are genuinely doing it, I am with you. I am enjoying it. My eyes will speak, don't worry about it. You understand what I mean? That's a good way. Nowadays, last 7 years, I enjoy. Earlier I used to get irritated. But I used to do well because my master has taught me, wait till the right action arises by itself. Which I did. Sometimes I did it book picture wise, sometimes it worked well. Here I was maybe enjoying it, if I understand it correctly, with little bit of irritation. So he's coming out. Very soft voice.
Big trauma, big after meeting a big accident.
This kid, he comes out after 1 hour and something and says it was like a trauma. Like a big trauma where you have come out of a big accident. 3 personalities. This pause and answer is no connection. This is nonsense of
He was experiencing.
He was experiencing it. And the word comes up. I know this has logically nothing can be explained. Yeah? This must be a good. And earlier he remember what he said? A slap. It's almost as if beaten up. Remember? Poking. Somewhere they are coming together, right? His hand gesture is also of that. Are you with me? Yes.
The first instant, something was, from the external stimuli was acting upon. Now that external stimuli was experienced by him internally.
Exactly.
Internally. That's what he was keeping quiet.
Quiet. And then this word comes. I said, okay, let's go with it. Let's see what comes up, yeah? Soon his voice will come up. It's like a real shock. It was like a shock. Make note of it.
Feeling a bit scared.
And what is it? He goes further. It is as if I take a pencil or a pen and whatever object like a pen and it goes poke inside. More it goes inside, more the pain.
Something is just trying to penetrate that.
Something which tries to penetrate, poking, penetrating. Soon he will use the word perforation.
This, how when you're drilling into the wall, it is at the same time just poking it.
It is going inside at the same time poking. Going inside, same time poking.
It is at the same time there is some kind of rotation.
And there is some kind of rotation. He will connect that with and all the internal organ goes with it and it is mess and it goes inside and perforate.
Like a drilling bit.
Kind of that and goes inside, yeah.
So it is trying to penetrate, kind of forcing feeling that something is not penetrate. And then I place my legs on the ground. I feel as if the road.
If I put my legs around that time, I feel lot of glass pieces on the road and they are poking me or nails poking me. Now this is nothing to do with these three personalities. You understand? We have left him disease aside. We entered into a world which is nothing to do. But it is connected. Because he said these three personalities also.
About this broken glass. Sharp wires.
It's like a sharp barbed wire, barbed wires. They go inside you.
The barbed wire is for fencing. During this process, when this process is going on, it kind of sends electron
While this process going on, it sends the electric signals and it causes a shock-like sensation all over my body.
signals all throughout my body.
Making? Yeah, now. So three personality I told you, poking, slapping, 50 minutes of pause, as if I'm exposed to some kind of big trauma, big after meeting a big accident, experiencing current in my body and shock like pain. It's as if something is poking a stick or a poke, trying to poke my stomach, but poking is very deep. Yeah, so then we ask that deep with this poking and what comes up. It's like an object deep inside my abdomen, goes straight inside and comes out from the back. It is like penetrating deep, like breathing, penetrating and rotating at the same time. It's like you have a pain, but you are also it's poking it deeply, and you don't know how to put it, but a kind of you are enjoying this pain. Make note of it. Enjoying, almost like he's a sadistic, no? He's enjoying this pain. Mitha pain you call it, you remember? What you do, you scratch your wound. No, how sorry. You like it. That sometimes your nail bad and you do like this. It's a severe pain, but you like it, right? It's a sweet pain, he says. And he tells this 2-3 times in the end, so important. He says when these three personalities are fighting, that time this kind of experience is burst, the poking and the penetrating and the but at the same time he is enjoying it. That's the reason why he's not come out of those three personalities yet. So I became active and said, okay, describe this poking bone. It's like a nail on a road and I put on my legs. I put a leg on the road. They go right inside. Probably a broken glass or a sharp wire or a barbed wire. It sends an electric shock kind of a pain all across my body. Piercing pain, as if you are trying to open fruity can and you poke the straw inside, that's the thing so that is a pain, but when you open it, it's a good feeling, fruity. This is altogether, this is what is coming up in the case. Okay, so how will you solve it? Or how will you make the sense of it? Your choice of the tool and the remedy. So before this, TP break. TP break. Whole class is there, rosy day. Then you have inside that many higher order and family. So the central of rosy day is poking, penetrating is one of them, but the more is there, right? Suffocation. And because of they say roses have a chemical which is just one of them is hydrocyanic acid, which is just one of them or prunus plant, which prunus, prunus spinosa, prunus, those ones, crab apple, Malus is okay, but the other ones. So there is a hydrocyanic acid which gives suffocation, which Dr. Shankaran also got it from. But a rosaceae, modern classification, has many families inside. In fact, rosettes, class rosy, also have modern classification wise the class rosy class is your in Yakir it is the just after second third classification before higher after higher order class you call it or what you call it, they call it grade or Yakir calls it
subclass,
not Yakir, it is called conquest classification, subclass maybe subclass. Includes your cucurbitales now, which was your old violets. Cucurbitales gone in the whole class of the rosy. Then your malphigiates, which is not in Yakir at all, which is your Euphorbiaceae, Cactaceae, Passifloraceae, all of them have gone into that group. Violaceae, they have all gone there. It's a lovely group too. And Salicyclis acid group gone there, which is I think one of the best group we should study. Your Hypericaceae also gone in that group. Then the third comes up in that group is roseales, which is your favorite roseales. Then comes your fables, which is your old leguminosae. Then comes Faye Girls, which is your old Hememeli Day. They all are under the same umbrella of class Rosie. Names have changed, but somewhere there. Are you okay? Time will take it. Just for a.
So here, the out of box thing here, I find the pain is enjoying
And the quality of pain is there, no doubt about it, and he's also
enjoying.
Enjoy.
So it looks like an acid.
Acid, he thinks that acid can enjoy the pain. Okay, some
The
has-
chemical, maybe that particular family.
So
has
any
some
family or
chemical
something where they enjoy the pain can be the
difference.
Okay, good thought, good thought. What else?
Active.
So,
Nothing.
Papel, the poppy family, Papaverales, which is in the same group of Ranunculales. Papaverales and Ranunculales. Yeah? In your classification they are separate. In the modern classification it is put under the same umbrella, Ranunculates, where Ranunculaceae, Papaveralaceae, many Spermaceae, cocculus group, 3 put together. Yeah? Which is just before the actual core dicotyledon start, where the actual asteroids and roseate starts before that. So they are not the beginning of angiosperm, not the end. They are in the middle. That's why they are developing pain and emotions. Pain, Papaveralaceae, emotions, and after that they develop high class differentiated feeling. Well developed. This is Malways, the sense of connection. You understand what I mean? All of radiated, the excitement. They develop the well-developed emotions on the top. The asteroids, feeling of engine, well-developed. APLs, but these are much before that. Am I clear? Just a rough, of course with this all we can do later on this cycle. So they are saying that the idea is this pain has to be enjoyable. First put it together. What is the center of this patient? First, it's a kind of pain which is poking, as if slap, as if deep hurt, as if walking on a glass piece, as if a nail is being poked, as if a glass piece has been gone inside, as if penetration and perforation. Are you with me? As if a deep penetrating wound going one side and opening on the other side. Why you forgetting all this thing? Important. Then, so this is definitely a kind of a hurt or a pain which is enjoyable. Yeah? That's the second part. Are you with me? The third part of it is that the pain which gives a quality is very small. It's not a Brownian kind of a pain, colossus kind of a penis. It's a pain which is electric shock like, which is all across. Every time the pain it shows the electric shock like. You understand me? These qualities you have. Then what else you have? The of course delusion divided into 3. Multiple personality syndrome. If that matches, I'm more happy if it is. Now forget this classification, this, yeah? Forget it. First start where you are. Some of you are classical homeopaths, some of you are Fatak boring man, some of you are just bogus synoptic key. Forget what these masters are saying. They are saying from this books only. First start with where you are. Your knowledge wise, where this kind of pains and this fits. Urticales. Yeah, she says urticales, which is higher order urticales. family urticaceae, where you have remedies like Kalmia, urticaceae is one there. Kalmia, Leadenthal and rhododendron. That is urticaceae. Urti, or you say urticaceae or ericaceae? Urticaceae. Ah, then you're right. You're right. Oh, my. Urtica urens group. Urticaceae. Okay. Which is also part of modern classification by rosettes. Yes. Yeah, she's right. I thought you were saying ericaceae. Ericaceae. So in ericaceae you have ericaceae, where Dr. Shankaran buys Leadenthal group. No? Where the center in the Leadenthal is, what kind of wound they have?
Shifting.
Sensation of ericaceae is shifting pain. But Leadenthal, penetrating, perforating wound with a puncture wound with a sharp object like a nail or a thorn or a glass. Perfectly fits. You understand it? Very good. You understand it? So Leadenthal like remedy. Leadenthal belongs to ericaceae, so we'll differentiate. Then go to the next one. Hypericum. What kind of hypericum injury is? From sharp injury with sharp instrument like a thorn, nail, glass. Perfect. With penetration and perforation. Written directly, no? Yes. Hypericum, penetrating, perforating wounds. Yes. Now how to, so materia wise this two comes up, and then maybe all those injury group, because he spoke a lot of injury. The composite, symphytum, all of them. Write it right now, we are just writing now. Who cares? We're writing it. Pepperberry, where the pain gets intensified here, not the pain but the pain he's enjoying. So pepperberry or pepperberry like where the pain is being enjoyed. Like one group you don't know pain where it is pleasure, right? Malpighiates, where the center is like pepperberry pain, like piperaceae pain, but piperaceae is day-to-day pain. Pepperberry is intense pain like cancer pain, and malpighiates can be small pain or highest pain, but pleasurable pain. So just the word which you add is pleasure. Yeah, just write it down. Okay, temporary basic differentiation. Because Yaki does not have this, you have to learn. New word, something. Right now, anything else coming up in your mind? Now let's differentiate. If a leadum and hypericum, leadum belongs to ericaceae, hypericum belongs to hypericaceae. Your old theans, no? T group. Now it is broken. But what's the difference materia wise in both?
It's old, it's new.
Both can be old and new. Okay. Basic.
Nerve endings.
In hypericaceae, you call it part of first line. It affects the nerves, which is called materia. What is that? Sentient nerves. What is the meaning? Have you ever read what is the sentient nerve means? Nerve ending, yes. They say, oh, that nail bed, earlobe. No, take your centipede and put it here. You will know how much pain. Put it here. That sharp electric shock pain, nerve ending. Yeah? But the sentient means much deeper. The sentient means those which carries your sensation in a rough layman language. That which peripheral nervous system which carries your holistic sensation. Those are affected. That's why in diabetes when this get numbed, you get perforated wounds. Are you understanding? Yes. That's the thing. Or if they get altered, slight pain. So hypericum pain, injury yes, sharp object yes, what he all described, but electric shock like pain because the nerve ending is sentient nerve. In efficacy, it's not the nerves, it's the shifting of pain which is important. When the pain comes, it goes from one place to. That's why Leadum excellent for sciatica. Pain here goes to your calmia. Heart alternate with rheumatism. Your rhodotendron. Rheumatism alternate with either headache or heart or something. Again, what is happening? The pain going from one part to. This is heavy case. Pain is shifting, and here the pain is shock electric. Are you understand? So
one location only. He is only showing
one location. One. So material wise, if I have to select, I will select hypericum. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Because composite has blunt injury, this has whichever basic level discussion. Is it making sense?
Yes.
Now we go further. Yeah? Okay. Should I go with the themes or rubrics? Should I go with the whole with a theme or home with a general characteristic which I don't have? Or whole with pathology? What do you think? Pathology can be good, right? So this year he where the pathology match good. Because why pathology is important here? Because he says in 3 personality also there is a poking. Are you understanding?
Yes.
The pathology gets connected to the holistic sensation. Then it has to be taken into prescription. And I don't have other choice also. So here pathology, if I can take it, very good. Are you with me? Second, of course, I'll go with the themes. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Theme we discuss, either materia theme, Leadum or this. Family theme, either Peppermeraceae, Malpighians or Hypericacea family or something like that. Eric, yeah? Now let's go. Since we all are discussing hypericum, let's go to hypericum. What is written in your Fatak Borik? Undoubtedly, the outstanding use of remedy in lacerated and punctured wound involving the the wound which is caused by this is Fatak, huh? The punctured or penetrating wound, very sensitive to because of the nerve ending. Are you understanding it? Now this is basic. Now we read in between lines of Fatak. This is what ordinary we all will read it. Now we read in between, something interesting. The first line of Fatak of Borik. The excellent remedy injury to the part reach in mostly. Have you read any other drug where the sentient nerve is mentioned? No. That's why when you read your materia medica, check what is that which is no other materia medica has. Yesterday I taught you Kali Mute. You read what was the which no other remedy has? Cross wire pain from here and this side, left cross pain. Have you heard of this? Rubric wise many materia no. So every drug has something mentioned which is only in mark that when you read it. And if it is constant, that's the center. Forget what Dr. Shankar speak and others speak in your material. For example, have you read Agnus Castus? Fatak Borik Bogan? What's that word which cannot be explained? And comes up in Fatak Borik Bogan. Jaded Rex. Can you see that? And what is the remedy? Agnus Castus, which is sexual suppression, right? But all the books write the word called, it is called Jaded Rex. We have no idea what it means. But when you read it, it is for those, Jaded Rex means those people, it's like a horse who is excellent power and used all the power and now got
Exhausted.
dead. It's like a person who has high sexual energy and sexual energy is now exhausted or suppressed. Agnes Castus, common name, you know what it is? It's a casted tree, means the one which takes away your sexual power. Or monk's pepper. The Christian people and the monks in the West, they used to drink this or eat this to suppress their sexual desire when they become monk, nuns and both of them. Making sense? But idea is not that it is gone. Idea is it is so high which has been. Is it making sense? It was there in your book, but because we don't read that word, we never touch it. Is it making sense? If I teach you materia medica, I can take up one drug and say, look, read this, and now check the whole drug. Read this. It's interesting. What we do, bias reading. Some master has said this. Our eyes is only that light. Nux moschata means dryness, dullness, and dizziness. Or jalsemium, dryness, dullness. Something like that. But if you read in between that one or two words comes up again and again and again, you will never forget nux moschata. In fact, nux moschata, you say confusion, right? Show me one word in Phatak where there is confusion. Not that. Then I will tell you, show me one word in proving where there is confusion. Bewilderment, yes. Perplex, yes. No. Then how do you make that as a center for nux moschata? Who told you? Because someone told you. You never read it. When you read it, the meaning. What is that what Phatak is repeating again and again? It is clairvoyant. It is a higher sense of awareness. Sixth sense. We missed it. We only read. The best part is there is no confusion. Open your Phatak and show me one word there is confusion. This reading, which is what we call it with the multi-dimensional glasses. You see my glasses? You ever check my glasses? See, I'm wearing one holistic and one. It is important. Look from both Jews. I look from both eyes. This is very, very important. Yes.
I was about to ask you, that time you told about the missing phone, then the attention got diverted.
It's interesting. Carry both in your heart, both in your pocket, both in your toolbox. That's the key. So neither classical homeopaths can tell you are wrong, neither holistic people can tell you. You may not belong to any school because you are little different than them, because you are carrying phone. They may say that you are not like me. Like I tell you, I don't know what is the name. When I wrote my first book, A Journey into Human Core, this was my first book because I was convinced that sensation is the method that time. For me, it was not sensation, it was holistic. But when I started teaching sensation, this is in 2001 and 2002, when I was writing Dr. Shankaran's book, and parallelly every night we both were discussing on sensation method. Every night, 7 to 11. Then he used to go to his home, I used to go to my home. So I was convinced, and then the Insight into Plant got published. And I passionately started teaching it various students. Vijay Kar's group, because I was friend with many of them, ICR school, everywhere. They kind of took me left and right. That this is not the Hahnemannian language, neither this, where is the sense of this guy? But I was convinced. Whole night I used to fight with them. Then I realized there is a problem. Problem is I'm not talking in their own language. The Hahnemannian needs to hear the language which is Hahnemannian. Overmorning people, Vitol caste people, they need a language of essence and not the sensation. So I realized that I have to just change the language, but the meaning is the same. I changed those meaning in my that journey into human core. And then I got accepted everywhere. I said, this makes sense. This is not sensation. Okay, you stay with that is not, but it is right? Yes, do it. You understand what I mean? So when I wrote this